Hey, what's up, everyone? I hope everybody's good. Yeah, I hope you guys are keeping safe. If you're new here, you're coming here for the very first time, I want to welcome you to this space. And to those who are returning, you guys know you're always welcome, and it's always nice to come and connect with you here. Yeah. And oh, yeah, those who are new, this is a lifestyle channel. My name is Gloria, and this is lifestyle, like I said, but we do a lot of fragrances. We love perfume, but we do other content as well. And today we are doing Zara. Yeah, kind of something different. I have not done Zara before on this channel. We've done all other fragrances, mostly Middle Eastern, as you all know, but never Zara. But last weekend, I went to Zara a week ago, and I saw these fragrances there. Now, I usually go and see the fragrances there, but I have not been able to pick up anything before. But this time, I was intrigued by this collection, and this is the Amber collection. The Amber collection. And I was intrigued, and I do feel that these fragrances, that the level here, I feel like Zara has done a great job. They always do a great job. But this one, I feel like they were going a niche level. So this comes like this. And like I said, this is called the Amber Collection. It has 4 bottles. This is the Discovery set. And it is a 30 ml, 4 bottles of 30 ml. So you're getting a lot of fragrance here. The box looks like this. Okay. And then it opens like this. You remove the sleeve. I've already opened it, but I'm just trying to show you what it looks like. So it looks like that. And there are the fragrances. Now we have here Amber in Bloom. We have Amber Satin. We have Amber Fever and Stella Amber. And I am going to start with Amber in Bloom. Now, I want to say this. Zara has not given a lot of notes. They will say like, oh, this is a tuberose fragrance, or they will say this is an amber and spicy, but they have not given much of note breakdown. So I'm going to really be going with what I smell. Okay, I'm just going to give you a raw take on what my nose smells. Yeah, if you have smelled any of this and you have something to add, you can leave me a comment. Voila. So this one, the first one, this is Amber in Bloom. And this is the one that Zara says is a tuberose and jasmine, but it also has a cashmeran. This is like a beautiful bouquet of white florals. Like you went out into a garden and the florals were there in full bloom and cut them fresh and made a bouquet. Really beautiful, beautiful, intoxicating tuberose and jasmine. I also think that there's a little bit of ylang ylang there. It's not listed, but I can smell a little bit of ylang ylang, or maybe something like honeysuckle. Also, there is here cashmeran, which is slightly woody. Beautiful woody notes. The florals are delicate, beautiful, captivating white florals. The dry down, though, is quite woody, but I do pick up some very faint, spicy nuances somewhere there in the dry down. It's quite ambery as well, but you also do get undertones of muskiness. So there's some little muskiness in there in the dry down. This is such a beautiful tuberose jasmine beauty. And the people who would love this fragrance are people who love fragrances like Alien, Jasmine Rouge. You like Fahar Rose by Latafa, for those who love the Middle Eastern. If you love fragrances like Lentadi, you're going to love this one. Very beautiful, beautiful, captivating, very delicate floral. It has some very feminine. It's very feminine, but it also has a touch of sophistication. This is for white floral lovers. And out of all the four in the set, this one is the one I would say has a much more stronger feminine touch, much more sophisticated in that sense, and that is Amber in Bloom. Our next fragrance is Amber Satin, and this one is described by Zara as an amber and warm spices, and that's all they're saying about this one. However, upon first spray, you catch some incense, but you also catch spices in here. And I want to give a spice breakdown of what I think I smell. Like I said, Zara has not broken down the spicy, it just says spicy warm. But I smell cinnamon. I think there's a little bit of nutmeg and cloves. I do smell cloves, but also I smell some booziness in here. There's some booziness, some slight booziness in this fragrance. Some incense, something like a little bit of a cola, but also very strong cinnamon note. Very boozy, very spicy, very warm. I also feel like there's some ambery vanilla in here. Sometimes amber can manifest as vanillic. Some vanillic amber, some benzoin, and what feels like some resins in here. So this is boozy, it's warm, it's spicy, it's resinous, and especially in the dry down. The dry down of this one is beautiful. I don't know what kind of incense they have put here. It could be olibanum or something else, but it is quite a very strong incensey note. I also pick up what could be cedar and sandalwood. There is quite some sandalwood in the dry down. Yeah, overall a beautiful, warm, spicy, sensual, slightly boozy fragrance. This one is for people that love boozy fragrances, people who love things like Lost Cherry, people who love Camera, people who love Angel Share, people who love Halfeti Cedar, all those boozy fragrances that have boozy notes. If you love that kind of thing, you're going to love this one. And actually, this one kind of feels like it's a mix between a vanilla boozy. It's like a mix between Angel Share and Halfeti Cedar for me. I don't know why. It's giving very strong, kind of Halfeti Cedar, kind of Angel Share, kind of slightly Lost Cherry sort of thing. It's also got some hints of something like Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. So this one, it's got a lot of nuances and hints that can, the spices give you Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, the incensey boozy gives you a little bit of Halfeti, some vanillic notes, some boozy notes give you almost slightly Angel Share. So really, I think this one will really depend on what your nose is telling you, your olfactory perception. Very warm, sensual fragrance, beautiful, warm, dry downs. The wood remains strong, but this is all about the booze, the warm spices, and the incense in here. Very beautiful, highly recommended Amber Satin from the Zara Amber collection. Our next fragrance is Amber Fever. And Amber Fever, the notes listed by Zara are orchid, bourbon, vanilla. Now this fragrance is also very, very woody. But when you spray it, you get what smells like pink pepper. I get pink pepper. I get, of course, that bourbon vanilla. I get some orchid. And the orchid here is one that has some woody tones to it. It has some woody tones and maybe some slight spice around its edges. Yeah, very woody, very vanillic. The heart of this fragrance reveals that captivating bourbon vanilla. Really very beautiful, not overly sweet, but a very strong cedar wood or cedar note. Also, there is some sandalwood here in the dry down. This one is a very woody vanilla is how I would describe this one. Very woody, peppery vanilla. And it kind of reminds me, it's not a clone and I'm not saying it's similar, but it does. When I smell this, I'm reminded of fragrances like Baby Cat. If you love those woody vanillas with some spice and some kick of pepper and some resins, this one is for you. So if you like Baby Cat, you like River Cat, you like woody vanillas, you're going to love this one. The gold amber in this one rends a warm, sweet, powdery nuance. It does get quite powdery in the dry down. In the dry down, you have those woods, some warmth of that vanilla. But you also, in the deep dry down, you get a lot of sweet powderiness. And I think that is coming from the gold amber. Very, very beautiful, warm, woody, sensual, spicy vanilla. And this is Amber Fever, a rich, warm, spicy, woody, ambery vanilla. And finally, we have this one, and this is Stella Amber. This one, Zara has listed more notes than the other ones, and they have listed pear and peach and osmanthus. They have also listed olibanum and saffron. When you spray this one, you get those beautiful fruity notes. You get a nice, ripe, soft pear, peach also. These fruits are not overripe. They are not like mushy, overripe, sweetened, almost sour, fruity notes. They're nice, they're soft, but they're not, like I said, they're not overripe. And especially the peach, because when the peach becomes too ripe, it can rend sourness and tartness. But this is nice and fruity, very fresh. It has a fresh fruitiness to it. And then you've got that osmanthus, which rends some nuances and some hints of honeyed apricot. So that's more fruity notes on top of the peach and the pear. You also get the olibanum. When you get the fruits, but you also get the olibanum from the get-go. It's very strong olibanum. For those who know, olibanum is incense. So quite incensey. The saffron, I don't get quite as much. My nose can't pick out the saffron. There's also, to my nose, a hint of white florals or something tropical, like a tropical white floral. It could be a honeysuckle. It could be jasmine. You guys, the base of this one, the dry down is so beautiful. It gets very warm and incensey. And it feels very exotic and very exotic, very oriental vibe. Very, very ambery. And I have to say that this one has been a favorite of mine. They're all beautiful fragrances, but I'm really, really loving this one. I don't know if I should say that. Kind of has a slight touch of the Middle East, and I think it's all the incense in there. All right, guys, like I said, I love these fragrances. All of them are special. It really depends on what kind of notes you go to and what kind of vibe you're looking for. So we have the floral, we have the woody vanilla, we have the fruity incensey. Yeah, and then we have the very nice ambery ones. This one we are going to be fighting over in this house. My daughter loves this. My son loves this too. So I see us fighting for over this, but there's 4 of them, so we can have 1 each. Okay. Yeah, and I think I'm going to be buying a full size. This is 30 ml and it's quite a lot. And for a packet, this packet cost me just around £30, $29.99 for 4 30 ml fragrances. That's the price of just one normal Zara. I highly recommend them. Let me know, guys, if you love Zara. Have you smelled this ones? What do you think if you have? And if you haven't, let me know what your thoughts are. Please do not forget to leave me a comment. Give us a like, okay? Give us a like. And if you have not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. If you can share this video, please do. It will help us grow. And until next time, guys, God bless you and ciao.